ladies and gentlemen. No excuses, owning your ambition and rising above obstacles. This speech could focus on the power of perseverance and determination in the face of adversity. It would emphasize how taking control of your own destiny, no matter the setbacks or challenges, is essential for success. Themes could include the importance of taking risks, highlighting how stepping outside your comfort zone and embracing challenges can lead to great rewards, even if they seem daunting at first. Turning setbacks into strengths, discussing how every failure or obstacle can serve as a lesson that propels you toward your next opportunity. Refusing to play the victim, encouraging listeners to stop making excuses and instead take full responsibility for their actions and outcomes, regardless of external circumstances. Resilience and reinvention, demonstrating how people can reinvent themselves after facing setbacks, showing that it's never too late to build something new from the ground up. This topic would inspire an audience to stop making excuses, push through adversity, and take ownership of their future. Here are 2 key points for the speech: no excuses, owning your ambition, and rising above obstacles. 1. Turning setbacks into strengths. Life doesn't always go according to plan, and setbacks are inevitable. However, it's not the obstacles that define us, but how we respond to them. Every challenge presents an opportunity to learn, grow, and improve. Instead of allowing failure to hold us back, we can choose to use it as fuel for our next move. This mindset shift from seeing setbacks as defeats to viewing them as lessons empowers us to keep pushing forward. It's about taking responsibility for our growth, even when things don't go as expected. 2. Refusing to play the victim. When faced with adversity, it's easy to fall into the trap of making excuses. But playing the victim never leads to growth, it only keeps us stuck. To truly move forward, we must take full accountability for our actions and outcomes. Owning your decisions and accepting that success or failure is in your hands is the first step toward creating the life you want. Instead of blaming external factors or circumstances, we should focus on how we can act, adapt, and rise above. This shift in mindset empowers us to be the authors of our own story, regardless of the challenges we face. Life is rarely a straight path, and setbacks are an inevitable part of the journey. No matter how carefully we plan, things don't always unfold the way we expect them to. We all face challenges, be it personal, professional, or emotional, that make us question our direction or abilities. But what truly defines us is not the obstacles we face, but how we respond to them. When we encounter setbacks, the initial reaction might be disappointment, frustration, or even doubt. It's easy to fall into the trap of seeing failure as the end of the road, a signal that we're not good enough or that our goals are out of reach. But this is where the power of perspective comes in. Instead of viewing setbacks as final defeats, we have the choice to see them as valuable lessons. Every challenge presents an opportunity to learn, to adapt, and to improve. When things don't go according to plan, we can choose to ask ourselves, what can I learn from this? What skills do I need to develop? How can I grow from this experience? This shift in mindset is transformative. Rather than feeling defeated by failure, we begin to use it as fuel for our next move. Each setback can be reframed as a stepping stone on the path to success, pushing us to grow stronger and more resilient with each lesson learned. It's easy to feel stuck in moments of adversity, but if we can embrace the discomfort of failure and use it to motivate ourselves, we create a mindset of continuous improvement. The key is taking responsibility for our own growth. Even when things don't go as expected, we have the power to decide how we move forward. We can choose to stay stagnant, allowing our failures to define us, or we can embrace them as opportunities for change. The most successful people are not those who never fail, but those who keep pushing forward, learning from each experience, and using those lessons to take the next step toward their goals. It's not about avoiding setbacks, but about how we respond to them that shapes our future. When life presents adversity, it's natural to feel overwhelmed and even frustrated. In those moments, it can be incredibly tempting to make excuses or point fingers at external factors that we believe are responsible for our challenges. Whether it's blaming a difficult boss, an unfair situation, or bad luck, playing the victim provides a temporary sense of relief from responsibility. It offers an easy explanation for why things aren't going as planned. But in truth, playing the victim is a trap that keeps us stuck in a cycle of helplessness. It convinces us that we are powerless and that our circumstances control us. While external factors can indeed have an impact, focusing on them solely makes it harder to move forward. The reality is that blaming others or external circumstances doesn't change the situation or help us grow. It just anchors us in a mindset of defeat. If we constantly shift the blame, we disempower ourselves from making the necessary changes that will lead to progress. When we choose to see ourselves as victims, we give away our ability to take control of our actions and outcomes. We forfeit our power to change the course of our lives. To truly move forward, we must take full accountability for our actions and outcomes, regardless of the external factors involved. This doesn't mean ignoring challenges or pretending everything is easy. It means accepting that our responses and choices shape our future. We are not defined by the circumstances we face, but by how we choose to navigate them. When we take ownership of our decisions, whether they lead to success or failure, we regain control over our journey. Instead of wallowing in frustration over what went wrong or who is to blame, we can focus on how we can act, adapt, and rise above the situation. We can ask ourselves, what can I do differently next time? How can I adjust my approach? What steps can I take today that will bring me closer to my goals? This shift in mindset empowers us to stop being passive observers of our lives and become active participants. When we take responsibility for our own actions and decisions, we become the authors of our own story. We no longer let circumstances dictate who we are or where we're headed. Instead, we take charge of the narrative and realize that we have the ability to change our outcomes. Life will always present challenges, but by refusing to play the victim, we open the door to growth, transformation, and resilience.